Visit us today at southerntennessee.com or call 931-363-7531.
When it comes to real estate, Haney Realty and Property Management is the team you can trust. Our extensive knowledge of the market and industry allows us to help our clients with any real estate need. We know how to get results. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, or rent, let us put our expertise to work for you. Call us today at 931-347-9150 or visit HaneyRealtyPam.com to learn more. Haney Realty and Property Management, your best friend in real estate. If you're looking for a new job, let M&M Staffing be your guide. With over 20 years of experience, we know how to connect great people with great opportunities. We work with over 80 companies, so we're sure to find the perfect job for you. Our team is dedicated to helping you succeed, and our high customer satisfaction rate proves it. Ready to get started? Visit us at mnmstaffing.net or give us a call today at 931-347-4255.
For over 50 years, PES Energize has been proudly powering our community in Pulaski and Giles County, Tennessee. We're dedicated to providing safe, reliable, and innovative services. At PES Energize, we believe that serving you is a privilege. We're here for all your energy needs. Visit PESEnergize.com.
The Natural Gas Department of Pulaski is here to help you save money. Natural gas is safe, efficient, and cost-effective. It's up to 50 to 60% less expensive than electricity for home heating. Plus, it's clean and efficient, so you can feel good about your choice. Call us today for service or visit our website to learn more. Make the switch to natural gas and start saving today.
When it comes to insurance, Winterburr & Associates Insurance is the team you can trust. We offer coverage for your home, auto, business, and more. We work hard to find the best policy for you at the best price. Our personalized service means we take the time to understand your needs and make sure you understand your options. We want you to feel confident and secure with your insurance policy. Let us make insurance simple for you. Get a quote today at winterburrinsurance.com or call us at 931-363-8638.
Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Pulaski is here to help you be well. Our mission is to make our community healthier, and we're your community hospital. We're committed to providing trusted care when you need it most. From wellness checks to emergencies, we're here.
We got 20 commissioners present. I hear you.
Yes, ma'am. All rise. County Court now in session. County Court Clerk Carol Wade will be presiding.
Have the prayer, Mr. Giles.
Will you pray with me? Our great God and Father, we're so honored to be in thy presence. And Father, we're thankful for the good health and strength that you provide us each and every day. Father, for we know that every blessing that we have is come from you. We're thankful for the sunshine. We're thankful for the rain that you blessed us with over this past weekend. And Father, we were in so much need of that, and we just want to thank you for those blessings. Father, we ask now that you hear our petitions in our hearts, Father, for those who are sick and those who are in need. We pray that you'll be with Mr. Sutton. We pray for others that are fighting cancer, other struggles of life, and Father, that you will just give them the things that they stand in need of. And we pray that as a community and as people, Father, that we can give up our hearts and our means, and Father, be a servant to them and help them in any way that we possibly can. Father, we pray for this county. We're thankful for each individual that is a part of this county and continues to make it a great county that each individual puts upon this county. We pray your blessings upon them and their families. We pray that you will continue to bless them with good health and strength. And Father, as we look into the business of the county today, that you will be with us, help us to make good and wise your word. We're thankful for the freedoms, the liberties that we have, and help us never to take those for granted. We pray that you will be with them, that you'll protect them. We're thankful for our first responders, for our firefighters, for all those in the medical field that continue to do a servant's heart. Be with them and protect them, families while they're away. And Father, we want to thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who ultimately gives us a hope of being in heaven with you one day. And Father, through your word, if we are obedient and faithful to you, that you have prepared a home for us to be in heaven with you. And Father, help us to put your word into our minds. Father, as we are continue to you for that strength and guidance in our lives, and we ask all these things in Christ's name. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the indivisible, with liberty and
Thank you. So the last month's unemployment ticked up again. That's a little bit in Murray County. And if you look at the total labor force numbers, and I know I talked to you earlier on about how that's calculated, right? So it looks at the total people employed, total people looking for work, and then the unemployed is a percent of those looking for work. And so if you look at those total employment numbers, it stayed pretty steady around 14,800 people in the labor force in Giles County since the first of the year. And so this 4.2% unemployment would represent a little over 600 people that's on the unemployment side of that equation. If you go back and look at the first half of the year, that was running around 400. So with this month's report, there are a couple of hundred people more versus what we were seeing the first part of the year that are showing as unemployed. On the project update side, we've had 4 different RFIs come through from the state. Since I was in front of you before, 2 of those were looking for a building, so we didn't bid on those. One of them was looking for, or had a pretty significant energy requirement, like around 16 megawatts, and we just don't have that much energy out of the South Industrial Park, and so we didn't have anything we can offer up for that. Another one came through just a few days ago. It's a company that's looking for a place to build specialty electrical transformers. They're looking for a building or greenfield. They want about 30 acres. As you know, we have lot 5 out in South Industrial Park, which is just over 20 acres. But then we also have lot 15 out there, which is a little over 80 acres, but we could, in theory, subdivide that. And so we did end up submitting lot 15 for that. And so basically what that entailed was just sending the market brochure for that lot and let them know that we'd be willing to subdivide if they had any interest in looking at that. So it may be several weeks before we hear anything back and know if they want any further information on that. On the site development grant, we have signed a contract with Bars Design Solutions. We've had an initial meeting with them. In 3 weeks or so, we should have kind of the initial grading plan for that we can start reviewing and get that kind of narrowed down on what that's going to look like before we put that project out for bid. Questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
The next order of business is public comments. Is there anyone who wishes to make a public comment on the agenda today? You have to come and sign in up here.
My name is Amber Megan. I am a critical care paramedic and a lieutenant with Giles County EMS, and I also work at the Hillside ER as a paramedic. I've been with EMS for full-time for 9 years and at the hospital for 4.5. On the agenda today, you're going to be discussing whether or not to approve an EMS transport day truck and about using funds to purchase new cardiac monitors. I'm speaking on behalf of my counterparts in the ambulance, as these are changes that we are all in agreement that would be a major benefit to our service in our county. And I'm going to speak not only as that paramedic, but also as someone who grew up in this community, has family here, and has experienced having to rely on our county service and hospital to care for my own family. On the topic of the transport truck, everyday citizens are brought to our local ER where they're stabilized, and due to restrictions on available specialties and equipment, they may end up requiring transport to another hospital for definitive care. Currently, we are so overwhelmed and trying to keep up running 911 calls put forth by our county that we're either having to make those patients wait for hours until there's an available ambulance that can come do that transfer, or the hospital has to call someone else to come do that transfer, or even fly them. This is done to try to do what's best for the patient, but by approving the transport day trucks, it helps us staff a truck that's main focus is transferring those people to wherever they need to be. And that helps take without taking away from our EMS trucks that can run the calls in the county. As far as using the funds for the new cardiac monitors, this is something that is very badly needed. Our current monitors we began purchasing in 2018 or around then, and if I'm not mistaken. And while we are thankful to be able to get those monitors and are thankful for every new piece of equipment we're able to get, each day technology keeps improving and medicine keeps evolving. And our cardiac monitor is one of the most important pieces of equipment that we bring to our citizens directly in their homes. It has the ability to tell us how well people are breathing, if they're having a heart attack, and even restart their heart if it's not working like it should. Some of the new monitors that we are researching are so advanced that they can stream a live view of someone's heart rhythm directly to a cardiologist if someone's having active heart attack. That way they can plan the treatment for them and help increase their chances of a successful recovery. Currently, our monitors are getting tired and requiring more and more maintenance. Rather than keep putting money into old monitors, which are becoming more outdated and are going to have to require more maintenance until we replace them anyways, I ask that you please authorize us to be able to purchase these new monitors so that we're able to better care for our citizens. Because when the time is of the essence and it is you or your loved ones who need the medical treatment, would you rather EMS have equipment that is upgraded and helps bring the hospital to them, or outdated equipment that requires more and more money to offer a lower standard of care.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Okay. Not, the next order of business is elections. First election is the election for the chairman. Our present chairman is Graham Stowe. Floor is open for nominations.
Nominate Graham Stowe. Second.
Are there any other nominations?
Make a motion nomination cease
Okay.
and elect him on our commission.
Do I have a second?
What was that last one?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, you're elected.
All right. I think Carol's relieved. Thanks, everybody. Okay, the next election is Chairman Pro Tem. Before looking for motion, Ms. Goldstein.
Aaron Curry.
Okay, motion for Aaron. We don't need to do second nominations, so are there any other nominations? I'll entertain a motion. Yes, sir.
Make a motion that the nomination cease and we elect Ms. Curry back.
Okay. I need a second on the closing of nominations. Second on closing nominations. All in favor, please say aye. Are there any opposed? Okay, Ms. Curry is elected by, well, unanimously.
Thank you.
Because I plan on missing about 8 meetings this year, so.
Negative.
Okay, the next election is for chaplain. Floor is open for motion. Yes, sir, Ms. Reed.
I make a motion that we retain Mr. Phelps.
Okay.
Second.
Yes, second. Are there any other, yes, sir.
I nominate Terry Jones.
Okay. And another nomination for Terry Jones. Are there any other nominations? Yes, Mr. Cordova.
Roger Reed.
Roger Reedy. So we have 3 candidates. Okay. We'll entertain a motion for nominations to cease. Okay. And the second, there was a motion by Mr. Savage, second by Ms. Jones. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay, we'll have to do a roll call. And 11 votes is what we need to complete the election.
Ms. Curry. Reedy. Dr. Latham.
Terry Jones. Jones.
Ms. Woodard. Reedy. Mr. Jones.
Reed.
Mr. Wall.
Brady.
Mr. Wheeler.
Jones.
Mr. Adams.
Jones.
Ms. Guthrie. Jones. Mr. Wright.
Jones.
Mr. Hawkins.
Reed.
Mr. Reedy.
Stan.
Mr. Sack.
Reed.
Mr. Butler.
Jones.
Ms. Jones.
Reedy.
Mr. Abelson.
Reedy.
Mr. Badoo.
Reedy.
Ms. Brown.
Reedy.
Ms. Dozier.
Reedy.
Ms. Truitt.
Reedy.
And Mr. Frank.
Reedy.
There's 6 votes for Mr. Jones and 13 for Mr. Reed.
Mr. Reedy's our chaplain. Thank you all. Okay, next is notaries.
The next election is notaries public at large. We have the following, re-election of notaries. There are M. Andrew Hoover, Susan Manger, Diane J. Owens, and Shelby Smith. The new notaries are Angela R. Bowes, Autumn R. Kelsey, Carla Lopez, Susan Elizabeth Lundstrom, Jeffrey Michael Muller, Philip Samuel Reese, and Deborah Lee Robinson.
Mr. Wilbur,
Make a motion to approve.
and a second by Ms. Schoolsby. Any comments or discussion? Yes, Ms. Schoolsby?
What's the asterisk?
Yes.
It was she was renewing her notary, but she had a different last name.
Any other questions? Stand by. Okay, please vote.
And there's 20 ayes.
Motion carries. Okay, next on the agenda are our committee assignments. So I'm just going to roll through these. I think they're listed alphabetically, so I'll just ask audit committee members in each district to please stand.
Let's not forget men to be secretaries too.
And as Carol's writing those down, I'll entertain a motion for chair. Yes, Mr. Bedore.
Mr. Womble.
Okay.
Mr. Bedore.
Okay, we have a motion from Mr. Bedore, Mr. Womble. Entertain a motion for nominations to cease.
Nomination to cease.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. So 4 votes is what gets the chair. Ms. Curry,
Badura.
Mr. Womble, Mr. Hopkins,
Bedore.
Mr. Rubelski,
Badura.
Mr. Bedore,
Womble.
and Mr. Brown.
Badura.
Yes.
Can I say that?
Can I vote?
David, I'm sorry. Yes, please. I wanted you to be last. You're the deciding vote.
Okay. Mr. Womble.
Thank you. My apologies. Okay, I got 4-3 in favor of Mr. Bedore. So thank you all. Mr. Bedore is chair of the audit committee. Please. Yeah, we need I'm sorry. You all can remain standing. I got to go through the vice chair and secretary. So nominations for vice chair, please. Mr. Hopkins.
Mr. Womble.
Mr. Womble.
Second that.
Okay, any
Cease.
nominations ceased? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Mr. Womble is vice chair by acclamation, and we need to do the same thing for secretary. Yes?
I nominate Mr. Hopkins.
Nominations to cease.
I love how democracies work. Mr. Hopkins, you are secretary by acclamation. Thank you all. Okay. Moving to budget committee, will budget committee members please stand? Okay. I'll entertain a motion for chair for the budget committee.
Chair.
For chair, Dr. Langford.
Recommend Rubelski.
Mr. Rubelski. Any other nominations? Motion for nominations to cease. And all in favor of nominations ceasing, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Mr. Rubelski is chair by acclamation. I'll entertain a motion for vice chair. Terry? Any other nominations for vice chair?
Nominations to cease.
Nominations cease. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Bedore is vice chair by acclamation. And secretary, please. Ms. Goolsby?
I nominate Terry Jones.
Nominations to cease.
Cease.
Do you have a nomination?
Cease the nomination.
Okay, let's hear your nomination. Okay, it's a face-off. Can I have a motion for nominations to cease? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Dr. Lakeford, Mr. Jones, or Ms. Goolsby?
I'm sorry.
Well, this is for Secretary, Mr. Jones or Ms. Goolsby?
Harry Jones.
Jones?
Ms. Goolsby.
David?
Jones.
Thank you, Dave.
Always.
Matthew?
Mr. Jones.
Thank you.
I concur, Jones. Mr. Jordan?
You can end it.
Ms. Goolsby?
Yeah.
It's 6-1.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Feel honored. Thank you.
Okay, we have next our building/property committee, please. And I'll entertain a motion for chair. Ms. Pruitt?
There's Curry.
Any other nominations? Yes, sir.
I'd like to nominate Tracy Wilbur.
Tracy? Okay. So we have Ms. Curry and Mr. Wilbur. Any other nominations? Entertain a motion for nominations to cease. Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so the chair options are Mr. Wilbur, Ms. Curry, Ms. Curry.
Curry.
Mr. Wilbur. Wilbur. Tim.
Wilbur.
Caleb.
Wilbur.
Brad.
Wilbur.
Evan. Curry. And Jude.
Curry.
Okay, it's 4-3 in favor of Mr. Wilbur, so Mr. Wilbur is the chair. I'll entertain a motion for vice chair. Yes, sir.
Mr. Reisner.
Mr. Reisner. And Ms.
Let's put Miss Curry in the spot.
Okay. Any other nominations? Mr. Reisner, Ms. Curry. Entertain a motion for nominations to cease. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. So again, so Mr. Reisner and Ms. Curry. Ms. Curry.
Curry.
And Mr. Wilbur.
Reisner.
Tim.
Right. I'm gonna vote for Mr. Reisner because I like the color of his shirt.
Brad.
Curry.
Evan.
Mr. Savage makes a compelling argument, but Curry.
Okay. And Ms. Pruitt.
Curry.
Ms. Curry is vice chair 4-3. And secretary, all at once. Yes, sir.
Ms. Pruitt.
Ms. Pruitt.
Wilbur.
Can't do both.
See how this works? Yeah, he's already
Oh,
the
no.
chair.
Okay.
Pick another victim.
All right, let's see. How about Brad?
That's good.
You may nominate you too?
You should. So Ms. Pruitt and Mr. Butler, are there any other nominations? Entertain motion for nominations to cease. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So Ms. Pruitt or Mr. Butler?
Butler.
And Tracy?
Pruitt.
Tim?
Pruitt.
Caleb? Pruitt. Brad?
Pruitt.
Oh my. Evan?
Butler.
And Ms. Pruitt?
Butler.
Okay. Ms. Pruitt, you went 4-3. Thank God for Lois, right?
Amen.
Yes.
Okay, Emergency Services Committee. Is Mr. Sutton going to serve on Emergency Services?
Yes, it's, at this time, I believe it's our understanding he will continue to serve on the committees he's been serving on until we know otherwise.
Okay, thank you. So Mr. Sutton will be serving on Emergency Services. And if we have three ties, here's what I'm going to recommend. If you all have three ties, that you delay the election of that office to the first meeting of the Emergency Services Committee. Is that fair? Okay. So I entertain a motion for chair. Mr. Waddle?
Savage.
I'm sorry?
Mr. Savage.
Mr. Savage? And Dr.
I
Wade?
was going to say
Okay.
Savage.
Any other nominations?
I'll make motions, nominations cease, and be elected by acclamation.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Very well. Mr. Savage is chair. Same thing for vice chair, please. Yes,
I'd like to nominate Mr. Wamble.
and a second, we don't need seconds, but are there any other nominations for vice chair? Okay, entertain a motion for nominations to cease, vote by acclamation. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Wong, as vice chair. Yes,
Oh, I was just gonna
are you
nominate.
ready for secretary? Yes.
Carmen.
Okay.
That seems to be a bad one. Oh, they are.
Any other nominations?
Motion for nominations to cease.
And vote by acclamation, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Carmen, welcome to the club.
Thank you. Amazing.
That's right. Next is the environmental committee. Environmental committee, please stand. And I'll entertain a motion for chair. Ms. Pruitt,
Dr. Lambert.
are there others?
Surely. Make a motion nomination cease, and we elect him by acclamation.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Dr. Lathrop is our chair for environmental. Floor is open for vice chair.
Make a motion Judy Pruitt.
Okay. Ms. Brown, you're gonna make the same? Okay, so Ms. Pruitt is nominated. Are there any others? Entertain a motion that we approve by acclamation.
So be it.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Ms. Pruitt's vice chair. And for secretary, who's going to be quickest on the draw? Ms. Guthrie.
I nominate Ms. Brown.
Okay, Ms. Brown. Ms. Brown, I count your nomination. Okay. Yes, sir.
Make a motion nomination cease.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, Ms. Brown is secretary by acclamation.
Yes.
Moves to the highway committee. I'll entertain a motion for chair. Yes, Judy.
Tracy Wilbur.
Any other nomination? Yes, Mr. Reed.
I nominate Tim.
And any other nominations? Okay, it's gonna go around the room. Mr. Wilburn or Mr. Reisner. Ms. Woodard and,
Reisner.
sorry?
Reisner.
Yeah.
Reisner.
Okay, Judy.
Ms. Wilbur.
Okay. And Mr. Reisner is the chair. Thank you. Yeah, same thing. Mr. Sutton's on this committee too, Evan?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. So if we have any 3-3 votes, we'll move to the next meeting. Entertain motion for vice chair.
I nominate Tracy Wilbur.
Okay. Any
Nominations to cease.
Okay, and I'll entertain a nomination cease, and all in favor of Tracy being vice chair, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And secretary, Ms. Woodard.
I nominate Judy Pruitt.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
She put you down. Ms. Woodard nominated Ms. Pruitt. Yes, sir.
Make a motion nomination cease, Pruitt elect by acclamation.
Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Ms. Pruitt, thank you for serving.
Let's pray for Lois.
Yes. Next is the insurance committee.
Dr. Lathrop, you will serve this time?
Evan, just checking again, that's Mr. Sutton.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay, Mr. Sutton is also on the insurance committee. So I'll entertain a motion for chair. Yes, Ms. Woodard?
I nominate David Walker.
Okay. Are there any others? All in favor of Mr. Wong serving as chair, please say aye.
Aye.
You're it. Nominations for vice chair. Yes, ma'am?
Nominate Brad Butler.
Okay, Brad Butler. Any other nominations or no motion for nominations to cease? Motion carries. All in favor of Mr. Butler serving as vice chair, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, and now nominations for secretary.
Caleb Savage.
Mr. Savage,
I'd like to make a motion for Ms. Woodard.
and Mr. Woodard. Any other nominations? Okay, Ms. Woodard. Okay, Savage. David.
Woodard.
Okay, and Caleb.
Oh, Woodard.
Brad.
Water.
Skip David again.
Carmen. David, you up?
Oh.
It's Mr. Savage versus Ms. Woodard for secretary.
I vote for both of them.
Let's pick one.
Ms. Woodard.
Okay, and Carmen.
Caleb.
Okay, and Ms. Woodard, congratulations. You're secretary. Okay, next is the Law Enforcement and Safety Committee. Please stand. Now entertain a motion for chair. Yes, ma'am.
I nominate Commissioner Hopkins.
Any other nominations? Entertain a motion for nominations to cease and elect Mr. Hopkins by acclamation. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion for vice chair. Yes, sir.
Mr. Womble.
Wonderful.
I appreciate that. As long as I'm vice chair, I'm not secretary.
As long as Hopkins shows up, right? Okay. Are there any other nominations for vice chair?
Nominations cease.
Okay. All in favor of Mr. Wong serving as vice chair, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. That's by acclamation. And secretary. Okay, I have Ms. Jones. Are there any others?
Ms. Brown.
Ms. Brown. Are there any others for secretary? Yes, sir.
Make a motion. Nomination cease.
Okay, nomination cease, and we will roll through the election. Ms. Woodard, Ms. Jones, or Ms. Brown?
Caleb Jones.
Okay. David.
Ms. Brown.
Tim.
Jones.
Matthew.
Brown.
This is tight one. Dale.
Ms. Brown.
Ms. Brown.
No.
Deciding vote coming from Ms. Goolsby.
Ms. Jones.
Okay. Ms. Jones is secretary. Thank you all. Next is our legislative committee. Legislative committee, please stand. And I'll entertain a motion for chair, Mr. Jones.
Bador.
Yeah. And Aaron?
Oh, I decline on this one.
Okay, are there any other nominations for chair? Seeing none, I entertain a motion for Mr. Bador to be elected by acclamation. A second, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I think we got everybody. Okay, Mr. Bador, you're chair of legislative. And I entertain a motion for vice chair. Yes, ma'am. Aaron Curry. Any others? Motion to cease nominations and elect Ms. Curry by acclamation by Ms. Jones and Mr. Jones. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Ms. Curry is vice chair. Yes, Terry.
Oh, I'm waiting up tonight. Can't hardly get to it. Secretary.
Who's that?
Let's go.
Ms. Goolsby, your secretary. You want to count her?
Hey, back.
I move the nomination cease.
Nomination cease. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Ms. Goolsby. Promise, folks, to be there. Okay, 2 to go. Public Service Committee. Okay. Okay, entertain a motion for chair of the Public Service Committee, Ms. Jones.
I nominate Commissioner Brown. Rose.
Okay. Any other nominations? Entertain a motion for nomination cease. All in favor of Ms. Brown serving as chair of the Public Service Committee, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Brown. And Vice Chair? Nominations for Vice Chair? Yes,
I
ma'am.
nominate David Womble.
Okay. Any other nominations? Motion for nominations to cease and approved by acclamation. Ms. Jones, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Wamble wraps up another Vice Chair. And floor is open for Secretary. Ms. Jones?
I nominate Commissioner Reedy.
Mr. Reedy? Any other nominations?
I nominate Ms. Jones.
Well done, sir. Okay, any other nominations? Okay, for Secretary of the Public Service Committee, Mr. Reedy versus Ms. Jones. Ms. Woodard?
Ms. Jones.
David?
Mr. Reed.
Mel?
Mr. Reedy.
Mr. Reedy?
Ms. Jones.
Ms. Jones?
Mr. Reedy.
Ms. Brown?
Mr. Reedy.
And Carmen?
I'll go, Mr. Reed.
Okay. Thanks, Mr. Reedy. And the last is the school committee, please rise. Yes, sir, Mr. Robusky.
Nominate Judy Pruitt.
Okay. Any other nominations for chair?
Nomination cease.
And a motion to approve this approved by acclamation, please say aye.
Aye.
Sorry. So, Ms. Pruitt, thank you.
Thank you.
The vice chair, floor is open for motion. Yes, sir.
Terry Jones.
Any others? And a motion for nominations to cease and approve Mr. Jones by acclamation. I just need a motion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And
For clarity, Mr. Sept's on school.
thank you. Mr. Sutton's also on the school committee. And I'll entertain a motion for secretary. Dr. Lathrop.
Nominate Matthew Hopkins.
Mr. Jones.
Terry.
We'll nominate Mr. Sutton. I will leave him up.
That's cruel.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so I have a nomination for Mr. Hopkins and Mr. Sutton. Are there any others? Okay, Dr. Lathrop
Hopkins.
and Terry.
Mr. Sutton.
David.
Mr. Sutton.
Mr. Sutton.
Okay,
Hopkins.
and Judy.
Hopkins.
Mr. Sutton said Hopkins.
That's 3-3, so we'll leave it to your first committee meeting to resolve that. Okay, we got a chair and a vice chair. So I need a motion and a second to adopt and approve the committees and the committee assignments we just made. So Mr. Hopkins and second by Mr. Reisner. Any comments or discussion? And we'll tally this one with a vote. Yes, ma'am. This is a yes vote is to approve all the committees and the assignments. Yes, sir.
With the exception of school secretary.
Thank you, with the exception of school secretary. Please vote.
And the vote is 20 ayes.
Motion carries. Okay, the next election is the Agri-Park Committee, which is still made up of 5 commissioners and 4 club appointments. The nominations are Ms. Woodard, Mr. Terry Jones, Mr. Tim Reisner, Mr. Matt Rudowski, and Ms. Rose Brown. These are 1-year terms. I'll entertain a motion. Mr. Woodard. Motion to approve. And a second by Ms. Curry. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
vote is 20 ayes.
The motion carries. So the next election is the peer board for districts 2, 4, and 6. Is that right? Now the present members are Terry Jones, Matthew Hopkins, and Mr. Sutton. So it's 3 members to 2-year terms. Mr. Ryder?
Make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve with the same slate of candidates. And is there a second? Yes, sir. Is that a second?
It's not.
Okay. I have a motion for Mr. Jones, Mr. Hopkins, and Mr. Sutton. And I have a motion. I need a second. We're going to follow through. Second. Second from Mr. Adams. Okay, comments or discussion on the beer board? Mr. Bedore?
I think as for District 6, myself or Ms. Brown would be willing to serve the beer board. I don't know if it's a certain amount of time where it's appropriate where one rolls off or not. Or I don't know how long Mr. Sutton has served on that, but I'd like to voice my interest in being.
Okay, yeah, he has been on it for 2 years. And it's really a District 6 decision, so if you and Ms. Brown.
In that case.
Yeah,
I'll put my
okay.
name forward.
So, we have a motion and a second. I forgot, can we?
Motion to amend to
Okay.
allow Mr.
Thank
Bedore.
you. So I have a motion to amend Mr. Sutton and in place of him, we'll put Mr. Bedore. Mr. Bedore, is that a second? Second. Mr. Jones, all in favor of that change, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so our slate is now Mr. Jones, Mr. Hopkins, Mr. Bedore. Any further comments or discussion on that for the beer board? Please vote.
And the vote is 20 ayes.
And the motion carries. Okay, the next election is for the county attorney. The county attorney solicitation was publicized several weeks ago. And we have one nominee, which is Mr. Williams, to be retained as our county attorney for another year. Mr. Jones?
Nominate Chris Williams to retain.
And a second by Mr. Womble. Any comments or discussion? Okay, seeing none, please vote from what comes up on your screen.
And the vote is 20 ayes.
The motion carries. Thanks for sticking around, Council. Okay, the next election is the County Financial Management Committee. The present members are myself as County Executive, Dr. Beard as Director of Schools, Mr. Barnacle as Highway Superintendent. Those are appointed by statute. The Chair of the Budget Committee is also appointed to this committee. I forgot who that was. That's Mr. Robelski. So you are on it. So we need 3 other members from the commission. Also, just so that you're aware, by statute, can be members of the public. But I need 3 nominations for Financial Management Committee. And the current members are Mr. Bedore, Ms. Pruitt, and Mr. Wilbur. Yes, sir.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Hopkins to be one of them.
Mr. Hopkins. Ms. Jones.
David Wall.
Ms. Pruitt.
I'd like to nominate Shelley Gillespie.
Any other nominations? Okay, we have 3 openings and 3 nominations. I'll entertain a motion for nominations to cease. Ms. Bedore, and a second by Ms. Pruitt. Yes, sir.
I'd nominate Tracy Wilbur.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was still.
That transcends the other previous motions to
Yes.
nomination cease. So, okay. So we have candidacy for Mr. Hopkins, Mr. Womble, Ms. Goolsby, and Mr. Wilbur. Are there any other nominations? Okay, entertain a motion for nominations to cease. And a second. All in favor of nomination ceasing, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so we have 4 candidates for 3 positions. Okay, each candidate needs 11 votes.
Would you name them again?
Okay, so Ms. Wade's going to tally, and she's going to ask you to vote for 3. Mr. Wamble?
Tracy and I both serve on this committee, both of us being from District 2.
That's not a problem. Yeah, that's not a problem. You know, when you're on the financial management committee, I mean, you're always representing your district, but you're representing the entirety of the commission in this position. So, everybody gets 3 votes, and the candidates again are Mr. Hopkins, Mr. Wamble, Ms. Goolsby, Mr. Wilbur. I'll read it as often as you like.
Would anybody like to drop out?
Sorry?
Would anybody like to drop out?
Would anyone like to drop out?
Yes.
Doesn't seem so. Okay.
Ms. Curry.
Wamble, Wilburn, and Goolsby.
Dr. Latham.
Wamble, Hopkins, Wilbur.
Okay. Ms. Woodard.
Wamble, Wilbur, Gooseby.
I'm sorry.
Wamble, Wilbur, Gooseby.
Mr. Jones.
Wamble, Wilburn, Hopkins.
Mr. Wamble.
Wamble, Wilburn, Goolsby.
Mr. Wilbur.
Wamble, Gooseby, and Wilbur.
Mr. Adams.
Wamble, Wilbur, Hopkins.
Ms. Guthrie.
Wamble, Wilburn, and Hopkins.
Mr. Ryder.
Wamble, Wilbur, Hopkins.
Mr. Hopkins.
Wamble, Wilbur, Hopkins.
Mr. Reedy.
Hopkins, Wilbur, and Gooseby.
Mr. Savage.
I'd like to vote for Mr. Hopkins only.
Mr. Butler.
Hopkins, Wamble, and Gooseby.
Ms. Jones.
Wamble, Wilburn, Hopkins.
Mr. Rebelson.
Hopkins, Wilburn, and Wamble.
Mr. Perdue.
Wamble, Goolsby, Wilbur.
Ms. Brown.
Wilbur, Gooseby, Hopkins.
Ms. Gooseby.
Wamble, Gooseby, Wilbur.
Ms. Pruitt.
Gooseby, Wamble, Wilbur.
Mr. Brown.
Wamble, Wilburn, Goolsby.
Hopkins, we got Hopkins has 12, Wamble has 17, Gooseby has 11, and Mr. Wilburn has 18. So,
Yes, so the financial management committee will be Mr. Robelski, and Mr. Wilbur, Mr. Wamble, and Mr. Hopkins. Okay.
Gus is the chairman of the budget.
Yeah, it's the chairman of the budget committee and the three that you all just voted for. Okay, the next election is the ethics and Title VI committee. Term of office for this is 1 year. Let me work on the computer for a sec. So the Ethics and Title VI Committee, these are one-year appointments from county government, and we have two members of the public, and they're in office for 4 years. The appointees or the nominations, I should say, are Mr. Bedore, Ms. Brown, Ms. Curry, Dr. Lathrop, and Tony Reisner. I'll entertain a motion to approve that slate. Mr. Jones?
Motion approved, please.
And a second by Mr. Reisner. Any comments or discussion? Please vote.
Okay, we have 20 ayes.
Motion carries. The next election is for our Veteran Service Officer, who is Mr. Barry Alsop, who does a phenomenal job. He's our Veteran Service Officer. The term of office is 1 year.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second by Mr. Rubelski.
Nominations to cease.
Thank you. Any comments or discussion? And please vote when you're able. Mr. Jones?
Yeah, I'd like to ask that before it's a ways down, but before we get into the resolutions, could we take a 5-minute break? When we get there, before we do all the resolutions, I know they're taking a minute.
Can we get through reports and
Yes.
contracts?
Yes.
20 ayes.
And the motion carries. Okay, there's 4 reports listed. I'd like to entertain a motion to combine reports 1, 2, and 4, which just require a majority vote. Mr. Savage. And second by Dr. Lathrop. All in favor of combining 1, 2, and 4, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to approve reports 1, 2, and 4. Ms. Jones? And a second by Ms. Curry. Any comments or discussion on those? Yes, Ms. Jones?
On the insurance, is this just for folks or is anything drastically changed or?
Are you looking at report number 4?
Yes.
That's the bond, I believe. Beth, are you aware of any changes in that? Yeah. Yeah, and Ms. Wade was just saying she put it in here to make sure it's on record, but we're not aware of it. Any other questions? Ms. Wade just said it's a renewal each year. All right, so we're voting to approve reports 1, 2, and 4. And a yes is to approve. Okay, please vote.
Ayes and 1 abstention.
Motion carries. Okay, the legislative committee report is separated out with a recommendation from the committee to change Rule 15. It's a proposal to regulate the committee meeting times. This is going to require 14 votes for approval. That recommended change was in your packets. and it was discussed in the last legislative committee. I'll entertain a motion to approve. Ms. Curry, and a second by Mr. Reedy. Now comments or discussion on that? Mr. Wilbur.
What was exactly the recommended change?
Okay, I need to read it myself. So it's in your packet, as approved by the 27 August Legislative Committee. Essentially what this proposal does is break our meetings down to 3 meetings a month. You have one meeting, a meeting at 9 a.m. on the first Friday, another one 9 a.m. on the first Monday, another one 9 a.m. on the second Tuesday. And each of those meetings would encapsulate committee meetings under finance and administration, and then there'd be a public safety section on the first Monday, and then building, I'll read this, infrastructure related committees, 9 a.m. on the second Tuesday. So 3 meetings a month, and you would know what each of those blocks were. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Just to clarify, because I think there were some questions about this. Each of the newly elected committee chairs will cover their committee meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
Just
So
make
as
sure everybody's on the same.
for instance, there would be a meeting at 9 a.m. on the first Friday. If there was business for the budget committee and the school committee, they would conduct that business in that meeting. However, if the insurance committee also had some issues that they wanted to raise, that's when they would add things to the agenda. So anything that was in your purview as a committee chair would go slide into one of those 3 meetings, and you would add agenda items to that. Yes, ma'am. Ms. Jones.
These are 3 meeting times, but if you have 3 different committees, that would be 3 different, say on one day, that would be 3 different meetings, would not be considered as individual meetings. I don't think we combined them, it's just that these are the times slated for.
I think I'm following, yeah. So if you're meeting at 9 a.m. on the first Friday, and you have, as you usually, like the school and budget, that would be 2 meetings per day, but it would be under one agenda, right? There'd be one agenda, you'd have school agenda items and budget agenda items.
But you'd have 2 different chairs on each of those committees.
That's right. That's exactly the way we do it now.
Right, thank you.
Yes, Mr. Reedy.
Yes, and as I understand it, like, if there's, out of all those, there's only 3 committees that need business, there'd be 3 sign-in sheets for those committees.
That's correct.
Or each chairman could be able to look at and turn in for compensation.
Yes, sir. There's, public safety is one of those areas where that includes the building and property and highway committee. There are some months where we have neither of those committees. So if we have a meeting block time and there was no business to conduct, the way that this is written, the committee chairs could agree to dispense with a meeting that month. Mr. Fedor?
I would just say, it occurs to me that someone from the public may observe what we're doing and not quite understand what the point is. I think the intent of organizing the committee meetings in this way was so that people who are thinking about running for office can at least know ahead of time, all right, would I be able to make those meetings, at least standardizing a little bit to the best that we can when we have committee meetings. It may not be the only reason, but certainly the reason I remember us discussing most is that it would provide current members predictability, but also other people who are thinking about maybe running. So just trying to throw that out there for the public because I don't know that.
Yeah, and I don't want to enter into your debate, but I'll just offer this. If we try this for a few months and it doesn't work, we can fix it and go back. If you want to try it, it doesn't have to be forever if you want to give it a trial. Mr. Jones.
I think what I'd like to see, and I'd like to amend this, if we could do the finance and administration, and the reason why is all of those meetings do take place in the annex, but when we get into public safety with law enforcement, we usually go to the sheriff's department for that meeting. And just same as on the infrastructure, for the highway committee, we usually, it's for not saying change would be good, but if we could, let everybody vote right now on just the finance administration, let's try that and iron out what we're gonna do with, if the others wanna come here, or if we have a highway committee meeting, do we also wanna have, building and property at the same place, or do we want them to come here and have all the meetings at the annex? I think we could work that out, if we could go ahead and at least get the finance and show everybody that this actually is gonna work. And I think we could work the bugs out or we could try to do the whole thing.
So your motion is to
Do the finance and administration next,
and leave out section 2 and 3.
unless we could have a discussion on how y'all wanna do the law enforcement and the highway committee. Y'all wanna
I would say, I've talked to a couple of department heads, if we're meeting at the highway, and there's law enforcement, there's another department head that has business, we can conduct it wherever we're situated, right? Yeah. All right, so I think the motion for Mr. Jones is to,
I'll rescind my motion then if y'all have already figured out.
Okay. Any other comments or discussion? We're going to a vote. Okay, this will require 14 to pass. Yep. Okay. Please vote.
Votes 15-5.
And the motion carries. We'll try it out. Okay, we're going to do the contract agreements. Yes, sir.
Oh, since we're on the subject of meetings, are we supposed to go back to 9 o'clock on daylight savings?
Yeah, that's going to be one of my announcements. This is the last evening meeting in October. We go to the morning meetings.
Okay. And we just did that this year as a trial run to see how much more public we have. Is that my understanding, is that the way the motion went?
Well, the first time we did it, it had a sunset, and then the second time we did it, it does not. So right now it's in the rules, and there's no sunset provision.
So right now, when the time changes back again, we'll go back in the evening time?
Yes, sir.
That's not the way I understood it, but.
Yeah, that was, the first time it was done, Mr. Reed put a sunset provision in there, and then we revisited it, and then took that part out.
Yes, and the reason he did that, to see how well people came to meetings in the evenings. You see how many more we got here?
Noted. I'm just saying we voted on it again. And
we can still vote on it again, I guess.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. Okay. Is this discussion on that point, or this isn't really business that we're on? Now it's so you want to have debate, Mr. Hopkins?
No, sir, I do not wish to have a debate. I wish to clarify, October is still supposed to be in the evening for the county website. So if the county website's wrong, that needs to be corrected. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
Yeah.
It does say 5 in October.
The rule reads, County Commission shall meet at 5 p.m. for the months April through September, and 9 a.m. for the months October through March. Okay.
I think what he's talking about, I did look at the calendar, in October does also say 5 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that needs to get fixed.
Yeah, just bring it
For
through.
October. I got a month to fix it.
If we decide we want to vote on that, do we need a resolution or just a motion?
On what, Terry?
On the meeting times on full commission?
Yeah, that would be back to legislative, address it there. Okay, moving to contracts, agreements, and grants. What's that?
He didn't break.
Yeah, we were gonna get through contracts and then take a break for resolutions.
Okay. The contracts, agreements, and grants today is an endowment grant contracts with the Giles County Ambulance Service. Today is the contract from July 1, 23 through September 30, 2024.
Board voting for a motion? Motion to approve. Motion for Mr. Savage, second for Mr. Hopkins. Comments or discussion? Okay, please vote.
20 ayes.
And the motion carries, and I'll entertain a motion for a 5-minute recess, which will end up being 10. Mr. Jones? Dr. Lathrop? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. 10-minute recess.
Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Pulaski is here to help you be well. Our mission is to make our community healthier, and we're your community hospital. We're committed to providing trusted care when you need it most. From wellness checks to emergencies, we're here for you and your family. Visit us today at southerntennessee.com or call 931-363-7531.
When it comes to real estate, Haney Realty and Property Management is the team you can trust. Our extensive knowledge of the market and industry allows us to help our clients with any real estate need. We know how to get results. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, or rent, let us put our expertise to work for you. Call us today at 931-347-9150 or visit HaneyRealtyPM.com to learn more. Haney Realty and Property Management, your best friend in real estate. If you're looking for a new job, let M&M Staffing be your guide. With over 20 years of experience, we know how to connect great people with great opportunities. We work with over 80 companies, so we're sure to find the perfect job for you. Our team is dedicated to helping you succeed, and our high customer satisfaction rate proves it. Ready to get started? Visit us at mnmstaffing.net or give us a call today at 931-347.
Southern Tennessee. Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Pulaski is Southern Tennessee 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 Regional Southern Tennessee Regional Southern Tennessee Southern Tennessee Southern Tennessee Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Southern Tennessee. Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Pulaski is here to help you be well. Our mission is to make our community healthier, and we're your community hospital. We're committed to providing trusted care when you need it most. From wellness checks to emergencies, we're here for you and your family. Visit us today at southerntennessee.com or call 931-363-7531.
When it comes to real estate, Haney Realty and Property Management is the team you can trust. Our extensive knowledge of the market and industry allows us to help our clients with any real estate need. We know how to get results. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, or rent, let us put our expertise to work for you. Call us today at 931-347-9150 or visit HaneyRealtyPM.com to learn more. Haney Realty and Property Management, your best friend in real estate. If you're looking for a new job, let M&M Staffing be your guide. With over 20 years of experience, we know how to connect great people with great opportunities. We work with over 80 companies, so we're sure to find the perfect job for you. Our team is dedicated to helping you succeed, and our high customer satisfaction rate proves it. Ready to get started? Visit us at mnmstaffing.net or give us a call today at 931-347-4255.
For over 50 years, PES Energize has been proudly powering our community in Pulaski and Giles County, Tennessee. We're dedicated to providing safe, reliable, and innovative services. At PES Energize, we believe that serving you is a privilege. We're here for all your energy needs. Visit PESEnergize.com.
The Natural Gas Department of Pulaski is here to help you save money. Natural gas is safe, efficient, and cost-effective. It's up to 50 to 60% less expensive than electricity for home heating. Plus, it's clean and efficient, so you can feel good about your choice. Call us today for service or visit our website to learn more. Make the switch to natural gas and start saving today.
When it comes to insurance, Winterburn & Associates Insurance is the team you can trust. We offer coverage for your home, auto, business, and more. We work hard to find the best policy for you at the best price. Our personalized service means we take the time to understand your needs and make sure you understand your options. We want you to feel confident and secure with your insurance policy. Let us make insurance simple for you. Get a quote today at winterburinsurance.com or call us at 931-363-8638.
Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Pulaski is here to help you be well. Our mission is to make our community healthier, and we're your community hospital. We're committed to providing trusted care when you need it most. From wellness checks to emergencies, we're here for you.
Resolution is an amendment authorizing the amendment of the 24-25 budget, County General Fund 101. Ms. Curry?
Make a motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve. Is a second from Ms. Goolsby. Comments or discussion? Please vote.
All right, 20 ayes.
Motion carries. And then resolution 2024-55 is authorizing the amendment of the 24-25 General Purpose School Fund 141 and Fund 143. Ms. Goolsby, motion to approve, and a second by Ms. Curry. Comments or discussion? Mr. Jones?
Yeah, I need to ask this because it wasn't asking me. On the, under the heading of direct lease, I understand the lease and the maintenance and repair of the building. I totally understand. I don't understand the liability insurance, the workers' comp, and the vehicle and equipment insurance part of that. 'Cause I thought it was, are we getting a vehicle involved in this? Or what is that?
Just taking the money from there and using it at a different time.
That's where it's coming from.
All right, thank you.
You got it? I just found it. Okay. Any other comments or questions?
Yes.
Okay, seeing none, please vote.
Thank you.
The vote is 19 ayes and 1 abstain.
The motion carries. Resolution 2024-56 is an amendment to the county road list for 2024. Mr. Wilbur?
Motion approved.
And a second by Mr. Reisner. Comments or discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
The vote is 20 ayes.
Motion carries. Okay, resolution 2024-57 is an approval to write off uncollectible patient accounts for the ambulance service. Floor is open for a motion. Dr. Lathrop.
Move to approve.
And Ms. Curry, second. Comments or discussion? Okay, seeing none, please vote.
And the vote is 20 ayes.
Motion carries. Okay, resolution 2024-58. That's got a lot in it, so let me just give a brief overview of that. 2024-58 is a resolution to fund 5 separate capital projects that were prioritized by the capital or by the Financial Management Committee. Please reference the updated resolution that was laid on your desk. As a refresher on the resolution and for the information of the public, today marks the 4th open meeting we've had discussing these proposals. And the process for bringing these capital projects forward was mapped out last February, with department heads forwarding needs assessments and the Financial Management Committee weighing and prioritizing those needs. And as an aside, in our last budget committee, there was some discussion and some misunderstandings about the roles and responsibilities in the administration of our capital project funds. Those are good discussions to have. I'd like to remind everyone that I'll have a draft resolution to address those questions at our next budget committee. Today, the business is whether to fund or not fund the projects in front of you. And the amendment that was laid on your desk specified each of the fund accounts where these capital projects would be funded from. So the floor is open for a motion. Ms. Curry.
Motion to approve.
And a motion to approve and a second by Mr. Hopkins. Now comments and discussion. Mr. Jones.
I'd like to break them down separate.
So vote on these A, B, C, D, E.
Yes.
Is there a second for that? Ms. Jones? Comments or discussion on breaking these out? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Very well. We're going to work through these one at a time. So, yes, sir?
My understanding from the budget meeting is that you informed us that you did not need our approval to spend this money. So we spent an hour and a half discussing in that meeting. Do you need our approval to spend this money?
On the 171 exclusively to that fund, no. But I want your approval. I don't want to spend this kind of money without having buy-in from the commission.
If something on this list does not pass, are you still going to fund it?
No. No. I'm sorry, I thought that was obvious. I set up a process starting back in February to get commission buy-in on these projects. I'm not going to go do anything unilaterally. I need to work together as a team. Okay. So the annex security upgrade was estimated at $101,000. That can be funded out of Fund 171 as a capital project. I'll entertain a motion to approve that. Mr. Reedy?
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Ms. Curry? Comments or discussion? Mr. Savage?
Just for the public, you had said in the committee meeting that there had been issues with people going into the bathrooms downstairs while county government was closed and the bank was still open. Is that correct?
That was one instance. The other instance I raised was the active shooter that wasn't a drill happened and we needed to lock the building down. We didn't really have a means to lock the building down.
Thank you.
Mr. Jones?
That person in the bathroom was actually an instance in 2012, and it was 9:30 in the morning, so I don't see that the glass doors is going to help in that situation. And as far as the active shooter goes, wouldn't it be just easier just to lock the whole building down if it's an active shooter? I'm sure the bank employees would appreciate that also. What I'm getting at, I understand the security upgrade, I'd like to see it put off for a year. And
Microphone, hey, microphone, can you just talk?
I'm sorry. And to keep people from coming up and down, years ago, they used to have a little $20 yellow chain that crossed the stairs. If we could do that for a year and see if you still get, I can understand if people walk in that bank and think, hey, I'm going to get my tax. They're still open. Well, when you get up there, no, they close at 4. I can understand people not knowing and they still proceed to go upstairs and get their tax. But I'm thinking if we could just somehow let it known that the upstairs and downstairs is closed, I mean, just a simple little $20 yellow chain would probably take care of that. As far as somebody being in the bathroom, that was a 2012 issue.
Okay.
I'll risk.
Other comments and discussion? Ms. Jones?
I can see that a sweep of the building at closing time of our offices would be a really good thing. Because even if you walk up and you haven't done a sweep, maybe a law enforcement officer at closing, you could still have somebody in the building that you didn't know. And I think the problem is that the bank on some days closes at 5 and our offices close at 4. And so that leaves an hour where, the building, well, where you have access to upstairs, but if you did a sweep, wouldn't that be more secure?
Okay. Any other comments or discussion? I mean, this has come up in 3 meetings. We've talked about this extensively. Mr. Reedy?
Yes. This design is such that it would prevent when people are coming to the bank, which the door has to be open where they can get in, to prevent them from coming upstairs or downstairs in that period of time. We can make inspections and we can make walkthroughs, but that will eventually be overlook something that's taking place. So this seems like a good security thing. We don't know how long the bank will be there, but most likely we will use that area for something else if we have decided to not extend the lease on the bank, and it would not be operating at the same time as the upstairs office. This separation kind of segregates that area from upstairs and downstairs. So it looks like a good safety thing to me.
Any other comments or discussion before we vote? Okay, so a yes vote is to approve the annex security upgrade. No vote is to deny it. Please vote.
Fourteen ayes and 6 noes.
The motion carries. And I just want to clarify, I could have done this earlier. We're not ready to go with this project yet. We're still working on as-built for the annex building, so we're not ready to make that happen just yet. I'll keep you advised. Part B is the county IT position, was estimated at $70,000 annually. We're looking at a January to the end of the fiscal year hire, which would be $35,000 from fund balance, broken down as it's shown in your resolution. So I'll entertain a motion to approve. Mr. Curry, and second by Ms. Goolsby. Comments or discussion on the IT position? Probably nobody can speak more professionally on this issue than Mr. Hopkins, but I'll just share this one other thing with you. I got a call today from the State Department of Homeland Security. There was a phishing scam. It touched a lot of county computers. He asked to speak to my IT cybersecurity expert. And I told him that was me. So we need this. Mr. Hopkins?
The reality is that there are a lot of things that are overlooked. I know when we look at what our current expenses are for IT, that there's a lot that's not being looked at in that should be done because we don't have someone, we don't do the work. We just ignore it and we don't do training on cybersecurity. We don't do training on phishing emails and what not to open. There are a lot of things that we don't do that we would be doing if we had this position, hopefully. So I thoroughly believe this would be a benefit to the county overall, even though I'm usually against spending money. There's some logic behind this, and I do believe it's a very good thing in the long run. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Seeing none, please vote.
And the vote is 20 ayes.
Okay, Part B carries 20-0. Next is Part C, timekeeper software, which is $81,000 from 171, and then that help me out. What's the remainder of those funds? There was 17,753.
17,753 will come out of fund balance because it's recurring.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Curry? And a second by Mr. Hopkins. Comments or discussion on the timekeeper software? Yes, sir.
Just for the public's knowledge, I think we eliminated the requirement for tenured teachers. Maybe I'm not using the best term for it, but certified versus non-certified teachers. I guess I'm just curious ultimately how many people will be using it now that that determination has been made. Not to put anybody on the spot, but I'm just.
Do we have that, Shane?
It was around 500, 550.
Okay.
I think we took off like 300 people with certified.
Okay. Thank you.
Other questions? Okay, seeing none, please vote.
Eighteen ayes, one no, one abstain.
Okay, motion carries. Part D are two positions for EMS and their transport day truck. Just want to clarify, this is not for a vehicle. This is for two positions, two EMT positions to do transport work only, which is covered in the committee quite extensively, and it was also mentioned in public comment, the service that we provide to the community. That's estimated at $160,000 for two positions, and also the estimate is that projected revenue is going to offset those new positions. But we do have to have the accounting set aside, which you'll see in your resolution. So the floor is open for a motion. Ms. Curry, and a second by Mr. Bedore. Comments or discussion on the EMS positions? Yes, Mr. Jones.
I guess I'm the only one going to talk about anything, I guess. Graham, last year, I think it was, we had a vote out at the ambulance at the OEM building about hiring somebody to do the pilot and do all that with them. And we turned that down. And then, of course, they went ahead and got somebody, Jeremy Mitchell. Now, I'm hearing Jeremy's quitting. Could we not fund one of these spots to take that one spot that they took away from the ambulance service, put that one spot back in the ambulance service?
That can be done for the short term, but what they're trying to do is permanentize two positions because we're still short those EMT positions. They want to like to be fully staffed with EMTs and would also like to be able to do this transfer.
Well, I'm saying they took one from there and put it at the OEM.
Yeah, all department heads do that. We've had that discussion, right? But for this one, they're trying to create two positions just for the trucks.
Thank
you. Yes, Mr. Wong?
Do we have a recommendation from the EMS committee where this was discussed and vetted?
This was all done through budget, financial management committee and the budget committee.
So no EMS meeting discussed this at all?
No. Yes, Mr. Savage.
I do agree that having a meeting about it would have been a good idea, and if they had brought it to me, I'd be glad to have one. Just looking at it from my own personal experience, I used to work at the hospital in Pulaski. I still work as a nurse in Williamson County now. But especially in Pulaski, there'd be periods of times where you only had a few trucks working, and people would have to wait 3, 4, 5 hours. I know up to 8 hours sometimes to wait on emergency transport up north, so usually to Nashville to get a higher level of care. Whenever you look at the patients that EMS would be transporting, it would be guaranteed payers. It would be people with insurance who are going to pay every single time. Whenever you're running your 911 calls, they may or may not pay, as we saw with the $300,000 we just wrote off for people who don't pay the bills. So I do believe that it would pay for itself. And not only just looking at it for paying for itself, but it could potentially have a great benefit for our citizens as well, decreasing the amount of unnecessary air transport that we use from our hospital. I know that not only is it for myself as a nurse, but for my father as a doctor, he has many patients with very large bills from using airline services that weren't really necessary because no one was available. So I think it would be very beneficial, not just for the citizens of the county, but honestly, I think it would pay for itself and make money.
Thank you. Any other discussion before we go to a vote? Okay, seeing none, please vote.
Eighteen ayes and 2 noes.
Motion carries. And the last section of this resolution is to recapitalize the EMS cardiac monitors. That was $784,000 from 171 fund. That was briefed in the budget committee. It was mentioned in public comment. There's a lot of details to this one that if you have any questions from Chief or want to address Chief Chavez, she's here. But entertain a motion to approve. Ms. Curry? Is there a second? By Mr. Savage. Okay, comments or discussion? Mr. Wall?
Do we have a recommendation from the Emergency Services Department after discussing this on the committee?
It did not go.
It did not go through committee?
It did not.
Is there a reason this did not go through the Emergency Services Committee?
The request went through the Financial Management Committee as a high priority, and then it went to the Budget Committee.
So I just, as a new chairman, take for committees, I would ask, call meetings, bring things through committee as they should be before brought to this commission.
Any other comments or discussion? Ms. Jones?
I agree. It should go before committee because there's a lot of things that could be asked that, and questions could be answered that probably would help us to make a good decision. From what I understand, Zoll is the current manufacturer of the units that you have, and I have put a list on everybody's desk that shows the units and the year they were purchased and so forth. And according to Zoll's representative, a lot of these are upgradable. He also mentioned that the FDA requires that anybody who owns these units, or any unit really, this type of unit, be notified when they're within 7 years of those monitors going obsolete. And I don't believe there's been a notification on these units, the ones that's mentioned as upgradable. So not only are you buying the units, you're buying all the materials that go with it. I think we need more study. I think we maybe, also, I guess everybody saw Dr. Fight's letter. He loves the ambulance service and all that. He's not going, I don't believe he would recommend that you do something that would be detrimental to the ambulance service, but he did not recommend that these be purchased.
Correct. He's also not the chief of the.
No, but he's a medical doctor and he knows how to use them.
Yes. If you'd like to discuss this with Chief Chavez, she's here. I also don't want to let anyone have the wrong impression that this hasn't been vetted through committees. I think there's a lot of value to the company emergency services committee, but you all are present in all these open meetings. We've had 3 of them, and each time we've had discussion and question and answer with director and chief of emergency services. So let's not act like we haven't further seen this or studied this before. Mr. Reedy.
Yes, I'd like to put Ms. Chavez, address the.
Yes, sir. Chief Chavez, could you answer some of the questions specific to the cardiac monitors?
Sure.
So if I may, I'll just start by explaining our rationale for requesting the monitor purchase and the reason for changing to a different platform. There were concerns raised about the continuity of the monitors and the ability of the Zoll monitor to meet the standard. It does meet the standard, but the new technology that is coming out offers multiple benefits. I don't want to bore you with the details, but I'll be happy to if you would like for me to delve into those. Looking at the monitor purchase, there is some time. There's a little bit of time, but I wanted to bring this before the commission before we were up against the wire at the end of these monitors' lifespan. And if anybody wants to come and take a look, you can see that the monitors are old, they're worn out, they've been well used. So yes, it might be possible to upgrade the software inside the machine, but it doesn't change the fact that the machine is old. Is there any specific questions I can answer? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, doing the math and then doing my check, it looks like these new models are about $10,000 a piece higher than the Zolls. Is there, I mean, are they $10,000 a piece better?
So part of that is just due to the new monitor, but I actually have new numbers. So I want to be very transparent with you. These numbers we got before the new monitor actually was rolled out. We got a heads up that it was coming. They did their best guess. We kind of erred on the side of caution with those numbers because it definitely didn't want to give you a number that was under what it was actually going to be. And I was able to get those new numbers for you. So if you'd like, I can tell you what those are. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's under my understanding too, that if another ambulance agency is buying also, that you guys can group together and then get an even better deal. So have you looked into other counties buying right now?
There are other counties that are going to this monitor, but the pricing that we get is through the Sept contract program. So it's the best pricing available, and the multiple entities, if I'm not wrong, utilize those contracts in order to get the best pricing. So from what the striker rep sent me today, an outright, this is a buyout purchase. I'm trying to find the monitor only. All right, so it's purchase outright. And this is with 6 years of service included. So this would be a lump sum purchase on the front end, not a payment option, not a lease. This is the money on the front end. We own the monitor, and we have a 10-year service plan included with that monitor. It would be $500,099, $813.50. So $599, $813. Instead of the $784, which was what we initially quoted. The other thing that he sent me, which I feel like I should share with you, is that we do get a trade-in value for the Zoll monitor. So there's a $9,500 trade-in value for each Zoll monitor if we trade it in this year, because as each year goes along, that trade-in value goes down. So eventually they depreciate to where they're worth nothing as far as trade-in value. Yes, sir.
Does the ask represent, I had my notes from our budget meeting reflects that this is for 10 machines.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're hoping to purchase 10 and their shelf life, my note was that was 10 years. Does that sound right to you?
So this
10
10-year,
6 years of service and 10-year service plan. So I've just looked.
so the service plan covers the things that are issues for us now are like batteries are dying and they're very expensive replacement. It covers the replacement of a lot of those items. The batteries are the highest dollar one, but over the course of that contract, you don't have to pay for a single battery. You don't have to pay for those items. That's what we currently utilize with the rest of our Stryker products, which is another reason why we asked to go to this, because there's significant cost savings by lumping those together and having everything under one umbrella.
Chief, you mentioned that $599 figure. How long is that going to be good for?
He has on here a 5% price increase per year. This doesn't show a price increase until 2025.
So you think we're good on that for 90 days?
Yes, sir, I would.
I'd like to entertain a motion that we move this to the next Emergency Services Committee and address it there. Mr. Rubelski?
Make that motion.
For a second. Dr. Lakeland? Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Any comments or discussion on moving this to emergency services? Yes, Mr. Dr. Lee? Okay. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Are there any opposed? Okay. Caleb, you're still chair on that? Yes. Okay, we'll get it on the agenda. Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
I make a comment.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Fedor?
sending it back to committee is not to reflect on our thoughts on the lieutenant's comments earlier. We totally hear you loud and clear. Our understanding is that we did have a little more time, that they were nearing their shelf, into their shelf life, but they weren't quite there, and it's our responsibility to scrutinize all these costs. So it's not a slight at anything you said. We heard you loud and clear, and we want to get this done. So thank you.
Yeah, she's prepared to answer all the questions, but if you want to have a more thorough vetting, we can do it in the Emergency Services Committee. When the Financial Management Committee did prioritize this, it was at the bottom, not because it's not important, but because it wasn't the most time-pressing thing to address. So we got to be, sounds like as long as that price is fixed for the next 3 months.
I can reach out to them and verify how long that will.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so in this resolution, 2024, what's the number of this? 58, we approved A, B, C, and D, all with different vote counts, but I will strike E and then have it ready for signature for Ms. Curry. Okay. The next resolution on the agenda is 2024-58, which is a resolution, 59, sorry, that proposes disposing of a total school bus, transferring it to emergency services for training purposes. So the floor is open for a motion. Mr. Jones? Motion. And a second by Mr. Hopkins. Any comment or discussion? Okay. Seeing none.
And the vote is 20 ayes.
The motion carries. Okay, there's no unfinished business. Is there any new business before we move into announcements? New business? Okay. The only announcement I have is that this is the final evening meeting of the year. So I will correct the website. We're going to meet October 21st, 9 a.m. Ms. Jones?
Yes, I placed on each commissioner's desk information on those Milky Way lots in case you run into anybody that's looking for lots. You can share them with what you have.
Okay. Any other announcements? Entertain a motion to adjourn. Thank you very much. Great job tonight.